Let's have a look at the two teams then. Birmingham have half a dozen players still unavailable, but are boosted by the fitness of striker Emile Heskey, who's passed a fitness test on a groin strain. Skipper Kenny Cunningham and goalkeeper Mike Taylor both return after being rested for Wednesday's Carling Cup win over Norwich. Defender Martin Taylor keeps his place despite scoring an own goal in that match. Everton finally give a Premiership debut to Dutch signing Andy van der Meijden. The winger joined them from Inter Milan in the summer, but has had a frustrating groin injury since then. It's finally cleared up. Kevin Kilbane drops to the bench. David Moyes has 3 left-backs out injured, so Mr. Versatile Philip Neville drops back from midfield. Simon Davis returns, while both Duncan Ferguson and Tim Cahill start after shaking off knocks this week. Rob Stiles just checks his watch. So 2 sets of Blues with the Blues look for a better day as play gets underway at St Andrews. Bottom of the table Everton against third from bottom Birmingham City. Gary Birtles is alongside me. Is it too early to call this a 6-pointer, Gary?
I think it is. It's too easy to say that. The two quality teams who did well last season, quality players who on any given day can do the business, as we saw with Everton last week against Chelsea.
Here's Van der Meijden on his Premiership debut. The Dutchman getting the cross in. Just bounces back off Cunningham. Philip Neville chips in. Beattie was up there. Headed back in towards Ferguson. First shot of the game is blocked. And then the follow-up from Cahill dribbles into the arms of Mike Taylor. But the Everton fans will be encouraged by a little early flurry.
It was nice to see Everton go positive. They've got Beattie and Duncan Ferguson up front. I thought Ferguson was a different class last week against Chelsea. He made it uncomfortable for John Terry, and that will have given, I would think, a lot of confidence going into this game. But both teams, the reason they were down there, the home form is awful. Everton only scored 2 goals, but both teams, when you're under pressure from your own fans, it's hard. You don't want to make mistakes. You go away from home, it's a little bit more comfortable. You can play with a certain amount of freedom when you know your own crowd aren't getting on your back.
Yes, Birmingham's only point in 5 home games was against Liverpool, a 2-2 draw, and that in fact was the last time that Birmingham City scored. Goal by Walter Pandiani 15 minutes from the end. Much has been made of the long goal drought that Everton endured up until last weekend against Chelsea, but Birmingham themselves are in the midst of a 3-match spell without a single goal. It's Hibbert knocking it upfield, nodded away into touch by Upson, who incidentally is making his 100th Birmingham appearance today. A milestone for him.
It's not only just not scoring goals, it's about conceding goals as well. Everton have got the worst goal difference in the Premiership and Birmingham the 3rd worst, so it's got to improve at both ends. That's plainly obvious.
Yeah, there's not a lot going right for either club at the moment. This time last season Everton were 3rd in the table, I think with 19 points, so they're way adrift of the benchmark they set last season when they qualified for the Champions League, of course.
I think if you look at the bottom of the table, there are 7 teams there that are quite touchable from the bottom. If Everton get a win, or Birmingham, it moves them up significantly if the results go their way. So there's no panic at the moment, but reading David Moore's in the paper this morning saying we've got to start picking up points sooner or later, going towards Christmas, which is always that vital time. And you look at the fixtures coming up, they've got, I think Birmingham have got Newcastle, Bolton, Sunderland, West Ham, Fulham. You know, games that last season very capable of winning, and Birmingham have got similar fixtures.
Tussle in midfield results in the punt forward by Jamie Clapham up towards Emile Heskey, who, as we said earlier, has shaken off that groin strain, and that's always going to be a boost for Birmingham fans. Scored in their only win this season, just up the road at the Hawthorn, 3-2 against West Brom. Easy header clear for Cunningham. Yobo back forward. It's a clever ball by Pennant. If Heskey can get there, looks as if Hibbert may win the race.
What a massive bonus that is for Birmingham to have Emil Heskey back in there. Speculation all week that he wouldn't have played, he wasn't going to make it. And that's a big lift for everybody to see him out there.
Simon Davis has just guided the ball away from Jermaine Pennant and back to Philip Neville, who's filling in left back. Matteo Ferrari joined the list of Everton's injured right-backs this week. Nuno Valente unavailable, nor is Gary Naismith with a long-term injury, so Philip Neville is the kind of player who can slot in pretty much anywhere.
That's a lazy one there, just strolling out. Expect better from experienced strikers like Beattie and Ferguson.
Mike Taylor knocks it upfield. There is away by Weir. Birmingham trying to keep the pressure on. There was a shove there by Neville on Jermaine Pennant.
It's in an area that Pennant could exploit. He delivers quality.
Scored his first goal for Birmingham in the midweek cup win against Norwich. It was a free kick, but I don't fancy he'll try his luck from here. Plenty of blue shirts in the box for him to aim at. Ferguson almost got a touch. It's spun away on the far side. This is Jamie Clapham. Moves into Jarosic now. Upson, Jarosic, good effort.
You see the build up here, very patient. Good little reverse ball in there. Intelligent cut back, takes it early, and that's blocked by a Birmingham player. That's Kenny Cunningham blocking it there.
Simon Davis. Decent build-up from Everton. Mikel Arteta. In towards Ferguson. Decent chance. First real opening of the game after 17 minutes has flashed wide from Duncan Ferguson.
Yeah, good strike play, attacks the near post, gets half a yard on his marker. That's slack defending. Ball put into the right area, attacks it well. Doesn't get it on target, but gets away from Matthew Upson.
First effort of the game. Both sides have been trying to get the ball forward. Ferguson with the first threat.
We saw our first glimpse of Van der Meijden there, a little bit of ability. Shimmied past two defenders, started the move off that led to the Ferguson chance.
This is Porcel, looking to go away from goal now, but doing well to find Heskey out on the right side. Flag has gone up, and it's Birmingham being penalised.
So Emil putting his arms up, that was a foul. He lost possession, trying to get back. You see there, barges in, grabs him by the arm, that is a clear foul. No argument at all.
Phil Neville drives the free kick upfield. Ferguson looking to get a flick on and does so. Here's Beattie! Good defending in the end. Combination there of Clapham and Upson.
Well, that's what you get with Duncan Ferguson. You put the ball in and around the area, he'll win it for you, as he does there. Beattie, good first touch, but good defending, just takes it off his toe.
Corner is headed away at the near post by Nicky Butt. Neville's given it away now. Cunningham trying to release Pennant. Lovely tackle by Philip Neville.
That had to be timed to perfection, believe me, because had he not got there, that would have been a yellow card. Look at this for timing. Tremendous. The art of tackling is not dead.
Just copybook by Neville, otherwise, even if he hadn't caught him, Pennant would have had the freedom of the right flank. Hibbert forward, Cahill is chasing, and he's going to get there first. Work it back to Arteta. It's gone out of play, which is...
Well, the linesman's not put his flag up here. We don't know who's throwing it is. Oh, finally he gets his arm up there. Somebody pushed the button and up went the arm with the flag. How bad was that? He was waiting for the referee to make his decision for him. He was closest to it. The referee couldn't see it from where he was, Rob Stiles.
It didn't look like there was a decision to make. It was just prodded back by Cahill straight out of play. It wasn't as if you couldn't tell whose throw it was. Anyway, Jermaine Pennant for Birmingham, shadowed by Van der Meyde. Good tackle by the Dutchman, but he's given away a corner kick. A little bit unhappy with something there.
He thinks it came off Pennant, but David Moyes will be delighted with Van der Meyde tracking back, helping out. Knows the threat of Pennant, the pace and his ability.
20 minutes played. Chance for Birmingham to get their first effort in on goal. Denied by Duncan Ferguson's towering header. And he's looking to get on the end of the return pass by Van der Meyde, but just for a moment Birmingham were in, but Everton have it again with Simon Davis. This is Arteta. Early ball in, but too close to Mike Taylor.
Well, Beattie had got a little bit of space. He called to the ball. Arteta tried to oblige, but much too near the keeper.
Still goalless at St Andrews. Only one real chance. Flick by Duncan Ferguson wide of the post for Everton.
At the moment, there's some decent interplay in midfield from both teams, but when they both get round that crucial area, the 18-yard box, that little bit of quality is just missing, and that's probably why you see them in the positions they are at the moment. But that could all change very, very quickly because, as I said earlier, there is quality out there on both sides.
Well, Birmingham have now passed the 300-minute mark since they last scored. And one man who'd love to score more than most is Forsell, who had a fabulous season when he first joined the club on loan from Chelsea in 2003-2004, but has had dreadful injuries since and hasn't scored in 17 Premiership games. Here's Jarosik. Deep one in towards Pennant. Just drifted across behind the far post.
Probably need Emil Heskey on the far post rather than Jermaine Pennant. Nobody comes to Jarosik. Maybe he could have done a little bit better with the quality. It's gone harmlessly behind. No pressure on him again there, Jarosik.
Ferguson beaten by Taylor. Here's Davis. He's managed to find Arteta. Tim Cahill. Ferguson again is the target. Good knockdown once more. Just scuffed away by Upson. Phil Neville, foot not high, says the referee. Feeds Cahill. Cahill! It's wide.
Well, he'll be mightily disappointed with that. We know about his goal-scoring ability from midfield. He gets a lot of space to run into, and he thinks, well, nobody's coming to me, I'm going to have a shot. Off balance, totally. That's why it's gone where it has. You see his body shape. Totally off balance there, slices it, his body's leaning that way, and that's why the ball's gone in that area of the crowd. Good opportunity.
There's another one who needs a goal, Cahill. He's been ever present in the Premiership this season. He hasn't scored since a spectacular overhead kick at the Reebok against Bolton on the final day of last season.
Going back to Forsell, you mentioned the problems he had with his injuries, shocking injuries, and I know how difficult it is to come back. I had a spinal fusion and I was out for nearly a year, and coming back, you don't just come back straight into a team and function the way you did before. You've got to build your body back up again, and it's not that easy, so give him a little bit of breathing space.
Here's Pennant, looking to give Birmingham some breathing space with an early goal, but he's been brought to his knees by Tony Hibbert, and Rob Stiles is pointing in the direction of Nigel Martin's goal.
There was just a little clip there, maybe a little bit unfortunate, but it's nice to see Jermaine Pennant going looking for the ball a little bit. He's not had a great deal of possession on the right-hand side as he'd like, so he's gone looking for it, wants to make things happen for his team. Pennant
and Jarosik, both well capable of striking a ball. The two goal scorers from Wednesday night against Norwich. Pennant with a free kick which deflected in, and Jarosik with a thunderbolt. So there could be some fireworks here. It's good 30 yards out though. It's Pennant to strike, and it's held comfortably enough by Nigel Martin. Worth a try though.
Well worth a try, and that dipped. Gets it up and over very quickly. It's dipping towards Nigel Martin. Can't take any chances, it's straight at him, but it dipped very quickly.
This is Van der Meyde. Tries to spread it across field. Ball is still with Everton. Van der Meijden out to the opposite flank. Tony Hibbert's cross. There's the flashing header, and it was well saved. That was a chance for Everton. Tim Cahill.
This is a terrific header from Cahill. He's a long way out. Look at the power he gets on it. And that's a terrific save. He sees it late, low down. First class save.
Best chance of the game so far. Corner taken short. Van der Meijden. Decent looking cross. Good header away by Emil Heskey. This is Arteta. Goes over in the box. No penalty, says referee Rob Stiles.
Maybe it's not a penalty, but I think that's obstruction. At least obstruction. Bit of ability, we see. He's checked him. That is obstruction. Clearly obstruction. If not a penalty, his arm's gone across his throat. How can you not give anything there? Yeah, rightly shaking his head.
Well, that will be a talking point. Just approaching half an hour. Direct free kick. Probably the least that Everton deserved.
Without doubt, you could see clearly the ability that the cushioned header to get past Jarosic had caused the problem for him, and not to give anything at all was poor refereeing. I'm sorry.
Nicky Butt emerges from midfield with the ball. Finally goes tumbling over. Cahill with the foul. That free kick's been wasted by Nicky Butt.
Yeah, I think both teams trying to do things a little bit too quickly at the moment, trying to make things happen instead of calming it down, taking your time a little bit, concentrating on the quality.
Simon Davis finds Van der Meijden. Neville tries the flick, doesn't come off. That was late by Van der Meijden on Cunningham.
Well played at Cunningham there. How many times have we seen defenders or attackers just dive and feign injury? He knew he'd been caught, the referee knew it, could have gone down, it's late, and he stays on his feet. He wasn't going to dive about like we see so many players do. Top pro.
Still 0-0, but Everton have come closest. Rather let that one go. Fortunately, it dropped at the feet of Phil Neville in the end. He was able to hoist it upfield. Ferguson tries to find Beattie, away by Clapham. David Weir with the long ball forward up towards James Beattie. Well judged though by Upson.
It's nice and direct though for defenders, that James Beattie having a go at the delivery. I think he's got a point. It's quite comfortable for Upson and Taylor to defend against deliveries like that.
Yobo at the other end with a clearing header. Jarosic trying to work space for himself. Phil Neville expected Martin to come, but the goalkeeper didn't. Van der Meijden, I'm not sure whether that was a miss kick or a dummy.
No, believe me, that was a dummy. He knew exactly what he was doing there. And once this lad Van der Meijden gets fit, watch the fireworks. I've seen a couple of glimpses so far in this match of his ability.
Phil Neville hoists it up towards James Beattie. Just a flick. Taylor back to his namesake Mike Taylor. This is Martin Taylor. Davis back to Nigel Martin. Remains deadlocked and goalless between the 18th and 20th place sides in the Premiership this morning.
Davis has started this game well. I think the whole of the Everton midfield have a bit of invention in there, a bit of craft.
Ferguson's header, Beattie trying to tease it on towards Cahill. Davis again. Hibbert low in towards Beattie. A cross that was easily dealt with by Jarosic, but they've got another chance, Everton, here.
You see two crosses there from Everton, and when you've got Duncan Ferguson and James Beattie in your side, and they both go along the floor, that is poor quality.
This is Philip Neville looking to scamper across halfway and get things moving. Cahill. Van der Meijden, good ball. Cahill to the byline. Beattie with the header. Ooh, just over the crossbar. Great move by Everton, only the finish was lacking.
Yeah, look at the ball here, continues the run and just steadies himself here. Lovely little ball, encourages the attack, and doesn't he attack it well, Beattie? And lucky, he just couldn't get it down on target.
Yobo trying to find Beattie, finds Upson instead, and Pennant working it quickly forward to Clapham. Pennant's gone on a run down that flank. Clapham tried to find him, but Hibbert was in the way. Quickly taken throw. Here's Yarasic. Oh, he's gone over in the area, and that's no penalty either, says Rob Stiles. So we've had a shout at both ends, and he's given neither.
I'd like to see that again, and if it wasn't a penalty, I think Yarasic is totally unprofessional because he's beaten his man. If he stays on his feet, it's a goal-scoring opportunity. If it is a penalty, fair enough, but if it isn't, I think he's gone down too easily there.
Heskey running across to try and keep possession for Birmingham, which he achieved successfully. He's got support from skipper Kenny Cunningham. Early ball in towards Forsell. Good solid header away that by Yobo.
And the two centre-halves coping reasonably well at the moment with Heskey and Forsell.
Yarasic want to throw off Van der Meijden. 5 minutes remain in the opening period at St Andrews. Birmingham City 0, Everton 0. Birmingham still seeking their first home win in the Premiership. This is Taylor finding Yarasic. He's caught there by Philip Neville.
Yeah, and that is a foul this time, without doubt.
Pennant has come across from the left flank to the more natural right.
Oh, he takes him right out there, Philip Neville. No question.
Pennant with the free kick opportunity then. It's too long. Heskey try as he might, can't keep the ball in.
Yeah, you expect better quality from Jermaine Pennant than that. And was this a penalty? Look at the ability here. Gets through. And that is not a penalty. Stay on your feet and you've got a big chance there. You've done the hard work and then just gone down.
That's frankly staggering, isn't it? In a position like that you throw yourself to the ground looking for a penalty rather than produce a...
Well, when his manager sees that, I'm not sure he'll be very happy about it.
Slip in midfield, but Kilkenny's done well to toe poke it into Yarasic, who may feel he has to atone for that bit of theatrical diving. No great progress being made by Birmingham for all their possession at the moment. Kilkenny. And he's given it straight to Phil Neville. Now Van der Meijden. Looking to use his pace, so he's got past Kilkenny with ease. Finds Davis. Davis lines up a shot, it's a good one, it's in! Simon Davis has put bottom of the table, Everton in front with a terrific goal!
Well, it's a strike from a long way out, and Mike Taylor, I think when we see this again, won't be happy, but Van der Meijden, again we see his ability, and look at the space Davis has got to hit this. Bounces, and should Taylor have done better? I think he should. About Van der Meijden starting this, but look at the space, the time. It's a decent strike, but Akiba I think should do better than that. It has bounced. It's a long way out. He's seen it, and he's just not got enough behind it.
Here's Pennant in towards Heskey. Turns to find support from Cunningham. Ticking away now for Birmingham City. This is Yarasic, shadowed by Cahill. Squeezes the ball forward though. Pennant and Johnson, and Yarasic off balance, and finish was poor up into the arms of Martin. It's the last action of the first half. There are boos all around St Andrews from the home fans. That man Simon Davis with his first goal for Everton just before half-time, giving the bottom club a real lift. Mike Taylor disappointed perhaps not to have kept it out. It was a long-range effort that bounced in front of him, but what a fillip for those Everton players, and what a sickener for Steve Bruce. It's been a decent half between two battling clubs at St Andrews. At half-time, it's Birmingham City 0, Everton 1. Second half starts then with Birmingham attacking the goal to the left, the Tilton Road end. This is Hibbert trying to get forward, but just blocked by Yarasik.
It's funny, we talk about Mike Taylor should have saved that. He knew he probably should have saved it, but he kept his team in the game with a terrific save earlier on from the header from Cahill. That's it with a goalkeeper. You're in the spotlight, specialised position. You make a mistake, it's shown again and again.
Well, Mike Taylor hasn't kept a clean sheet for Birmingham since the opening day of the season, which was a goalless draw at Fulham.
That was the first game of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a rather poor one as I remember it, but it's been a great servant to Birmingham.
It was, I was there. I did that game. It was
yes, so did I.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a portent to the rest of the season. It's certainly picked up the Premiership. It's had its critics. That's a lovely ball by Kilkenny towards Forsell. Sliding in was Phil Neville at the expense of a corner kick and at the expense of a possible injury to his left ankle.
Well, if you're injured, stay down, get treatment. You're 1-0 up, don't take any chances. Lovely ball threaded through, and Forsell, fully fit Forsell, I think might have got there. Good defending by Neville and Yobo in the end.
Early chance for Birmingham then. Yarasik trying to get underneath it, but just popped over his head. This is Arteta. Going to go around the outside of near Kilkenny. Arteta was leaning.
He's giving it the other way. I thought it was a foul on Arteta. I thought he got past Kilkenny and Kilkenny pulled him back, but maybe that's not why I'm not a referee.
Rob Stiles was quite well placed.
So am I.
Unfortunately, your decision isn't final, Gary.
No.
Everton look to work it away. Phil Neville's shaken off the effects of that knock to his ankle. Header out of play was by Martin Taylor.
One of the main mysteries today for me is where is Bent? He's been apparently just left out the full squad, which is a surprise because even in out of form, Bent is somebody good to have on your bench.
Absolutely. David Moyes at the moment staying with his partnership, the giant duo of Beattie and Ferguson up front that did so well against Chelsea. Forsell with a flick. Here's a chance for Heskey. Good save by Nigel Martin. Heskey at full stretch got the shot goalwards, and the veteran goalkeeper rolled back the ears with a good save.
Not sure whether it was going on target or not, but he couldn't take a chance. Is there a foul there? Didn't give it. He couldn't quite get it down. It bounced up at him. Good purchase on it, but Martin was taking no chances there.
The 39-year-old goalkeeper has a corner to defend now. He will have when Rob Stiles is happy with the way things are. Thumping header away was by Duncan Ferguson. Yarasik on the volley, on the turn, and over the top.
If that goes in, that's goal of the season. Bit ambitious. He's obviously a clearly gifted individual, confident in his own ability.
He not only scored a stunning goal on Wednesday night against Norwich City, he struck the post with an equally venomous effort. The Czech Republic player who's on a season loan from Chelsea.
The beauty of Everton's formation with Ferguson and Beattie up front is the fact that when they come back for corners against, they're winning the majority of the balls, Ferguson especially.
Yeah, he's done some good defensive work, Duncan Ferguson, as well as his normal work up front. He hasn't actually scored yet this season, Big Duncan. He's one of those players where it's when rather than if.
you know for 90 minutes you're going to have a massive battle on your hands if you play against Duncan Ferguson.
Karen Brady not enjoying life at St Andrews at the moment. The Birmingham board have publicly stuck by Steve Bruce, as indeed have the Everton board. Bill Kenwright voicing his support for David Moyes this week too.
And rightly so on both counts.
Here's Arteta, back to Yobo. Aimless ball forward.
If Everton try and sit on this lead, could go against them a little bit because you're inviting the pressure on. I just want to see them play the way they played the first half.
That was Heskey's misplaced pass flying into the first row of seating there. Hasn't had much of a chance to make an impact, passing a fitness test on a groin injury this week. He was a big doubt yesterday, we understand, although he himself always maintained that he would be okay.
Strikers are rendered useless virtually if they don't get supply.
Ball knocked in, Forsell chasing, Yobo is there. He's done well to get himself goal side of the Finnish striker and also hoist it clear, Joseph Yobo, but it's now with Neil Kilkenny, flashes it into the box, up off Weir and held by Martin.
And claims for a little bit of pushing by Yobo there, but it was 6 and 2 threes.
And he managed to muscle his way beyond Forsell, who, as you were saying earlier, it would take time probably for him to regain the sharpness that he showed.
You can do all the training you like and you can play reserve games, but it's not the Premiership, it's not the pace of the Premiership. You need a number of games to get everything back functioning to perfection as it was before.
Pennant goes flying, but Birmingham have maintained possession. This is Damian Johnson. Kilkenny worked across to Pennant, now back on the right-hand side in the early part of the second half. It's a great run by Pennant. Just under hit the shot though from 18 yards. Good endeavour, but not such a good finish.
Well, he does everything right here. What Jermaine Pennant does well, runs at people, commits people. It's on his weaker left foot, and that's no real conviction in the shot. But when he does that, you stand up and you watch that with great admiration.
And he's a live wire. And a player who has had dark days in the past, imprisonment last season, but he's reacted well. And he's been ever present for Birmingham. Steve Bruce shown an awful lot of faith in this young man. And he repaid him with his first goal for Birmingham against Norwich on Wednesday, and with a better finish might have had a spectacular second for the club there. Cunningham, Heskey, leaves it for Pennant. It's a good diagonal ball forward. There's a run into the penalty area, and again nothing is given, and Damian Johnson's furious that Simon Davis hasn't been penalised for that.
No, I think Rob Stiles has got this right again. Again he goes too easily, they're both nudging each other, and he's gone down too quickly. Not a penalty for me.
This is Pennant and Forsell. Mikael Forsell scuffs the shot, took a deflection of fancy on the way through, and in the end was comfortable for Nigel Martin.
And again, it's Jermaine Pennant running at people, lovely little ball to Forsell. He's still confident enough to have a go, it does deflect, makes it comfortable for Nigel Martin.
It's the flick by Ferguson, Beattie's there! Got his toe to it, and it needed a very good save from Mike Taylor.
Well, Taylor didn't seem to be thinking that Beattie was going to get there. Not Mike Taylor, the defender. Beattie sneaks in, gets a toe on it, is going wide. Mike Taylor doesn't know that.
Well, James Beattie's chance to get his second goal in consecutive Premiership games. He'll stay up for the corner, of course. It's a deep one. It's headed back across by Weir. Completely missed kick by Duncan Ferguson in a bizarrely lethargic manner.
What was all that about? Cannot believe what I've just seen there.
It could get worse for Everton because Kilkenny has found Pennant over on the far side. Pennant's crossed in towards Forsell, away by Simon Davis. Follow-up shot comes in from Kilkenny, straight at the keeper. What was going on at the other end, Gary?
Well, I just can't believe what I saw there. Duncan Ferguson, I thought, oh, well, he's just going to put it in here. Lovely header back. And look at the space and time. Maybe he thinks Taylor's going to get a touch and it's put him off. But you expect the unexpected as a striker.
The ball has come off Beattie, says Rob Stiles, to the patent astonishment of the England international.
The Everton fans clearly thought it was an Everton ball, and it did look that way. Mr. Stiles has gone against a couple of things I've thought so far in this game.
Here's Beattie again, thundering it in. This time he's won a corner kick off Taylor. Ferguson was waiting. And we'll wait again for the delivery for the corner. Left-footed Arteta and deliver the corner in. There's Ferguson. Good strong punch by the goalkeeper. Overhead kick, clever and almost on target from Tim Cahill. Good improvisation there.
Excellent improvisation, decent quality. Taylor doesn't get a lot on it. Tries to get over the top of it, just lands on the top of the net, but that's good invention. Nobody picking him up at the far post. Gets himself half a yard, just at full stretch, just couldn't direct it under that bar.
Well, his last goal, Tim Cahill, for Everton was a similar finish to that, albeit closer range, at Bolton on the final day of the season. Everton lost the game 3-2, but he opened the scoring early on with a similar piece of brilliant movement and brilliant invention. Now here comes some movement from Birmingham upfield, but it's halted quickly by that man Cahill again. Phil Neville's put the ball out of play sportingly so that Jermaine Pennant can receive some treatment. Just took a knock on the way through.
Close control here, and Davis just tries to close it down and just catches Jermaine Pennant. Clearly a foul. Great competitor, Davis. Nearly gets a bit on Kilkenny as well.
Still hobbling Pennant, which will worry Steve Bruce, who has relied on Jermaine Pennant, one of the ever-presents in the Birmingham Premiership lineup. The others being Matthew Upson and goalkeeper Mike Taylor, although Taylor's been rested for Carling Cup games.
Well, he's lost one key player, Steve Bruce, today, and Nicky Butt, and I just wonder if that Everton goal would have happened had Nicky Butt been on the pitch. He's the sort of player who would have stopped that area being infiltrated. Ball is knocked in. Ferguson and Beattie chasing it, a poor back header, and Ferguson almost profited, but again Mike Taylor has stood between Everton and a second goal. Should he have done better here? The bounces against Taylor, couldn't get enough on it. Maybe he should have took it with his foot there. Couldn't get enough purchase on, but Taylor again saves the day.
Well, he's certainly atoning for the error for the goal. Simon Davis's shot was long range and probably should have been saved by Taylor, but since then he's made some vital stops to prevent Everton going further in front. Ball is won in midfield by Cahill. This is Ferguson, now Davis. Good tackle there, wins possession back for Birmingham. This is Jarosik. Roar goes up from the St Andrews faithful, but then quickly subsides. Phil Neville upfield for Everton. This is Martin Taylor.
Well, if Everton do give the game away and Birmingham get back in, they'll look back to those two Duncan Ferguson chances and the Beattie one, of course.
Play continues with Pennant. This is Damian Johnson. There's a chance here for Birmingham. Forsell's in there, but it was good defending by Tony Hibbert, just to flick a back header away.
It was terrific defending by Hibbert. Had to win that.
Easy ball for Birmingham to defend. Jamie Clapham. Jarosik has had to go all the way back to his goalkeeper.
Pandiani warming up. Will we see his entry onto the pitch?
This is Kilkenny in the meantime, down the right-hand side. Heskey. Kilkenny again, Pennant. Cross in again towards Forsell. Yobo, the clearing player this time. Jarosic goes flying in, and he's been pushed. And Rob Stiles has awarded Birmingham City a free kick in a hugely promising possession.
Well, I've never seen a player throw himself out as much as this lad does. Maybe in a little bit of contact. Rob Stiles is right on top. And every time he gets the ball, he's throwing himself to the ground.
Well, he was the hero on Wednesday night. Jiri Jarosic, the last thing Birmingham City wanted was a period of extra time, and he rescued them from that with an 86th minute goal against Norwich, and he's won them a free kick now, which does offer great promise. He himself may strike it. Kilkenny is also there. Birmingham fans try and suck this one into the net. The referee's not quite happy with the Everton wall as yet. Still we wait as Rob Stiles makes the fine adjustments. It's Kilkenny! It's in the post, it didn't go in! And Everton somehow survive, and how unlucky was that? Young Neil Kilkenny robbed of a first goal for the club by the thickness of a post.
Well, he's certainly a live wire, Kilkenny. We're seeing a booking here, Arteta. And a yellow card for the obstruction on Kilkenny. Look at this free kick, big gap, finds it, and this is how your luck goes when you're at the bottom. You think it's going in, it's gone right away across the goal, and to safety for Everton.
Yeah, there was no goal line technology needed there, it was pure bad luck. It wasn't in, but it should have been, really. Jarosic will try himself. This one's flicked off the wall and been belted away by David Weir. Damian Johnson for Birmingham. He was lining up a shot there, but was off balance. It was cleared by Yobo, only as far as Pennant. Looking to get round the outside and deliver the cross. It's a good one. Heskey's there, and it's gone over the top somehow. Wonderful cross by Pennant, and Birmingham close again.
Well, terrific ability here. Look at this, and Heskey just gets to the far post. Hard to see who that came off and how it got over the bar from there.
Damian Johnson's got quite a lot of space. Desperation beginning to set in for Birmingham fans. Here's Pandiani, giving it away though. Ferguson, there may be a break here for Everton. It's Kilban. Oh, and he got in a mess there with Arteta. Neither could decide what the other was going to do. Kilkenny has found Emil Heskey. Support from Clapham. Kilkenny again. Forsell's there, and who's there too? You guessed it, Joseph Yobo.
We saw Kevin Kilban there. He should have took responsibility on going forward. I think he's getting a lot of stick from his own fans. Fell out of favour, and lack of confidence makes you make mistakes.
David Moyes is 5 minutes away from Everton's second Premiership win of the season. Heskey though, looking to get Birmingham. Pandiani! Oh! Heads being held all around St Andrews. That was a chance.
It's a glorious chance. Heskey did ever so well here. It's coming over his shoulder. He has to get over the top of it. It's a difficult one to finish. You watch it here, it comes over his shoulder, behind him slightly. He has to get everything perfect there. He's not been on the pitch long, couldn't keep it down. That's a difficult technique. It was slightly behind.
Oohs and ahs all around the ground. Still supporting their team in their thousands, of course, despite the meagre fare on offer this season. Steve Bruce is quickly out of the dugout, makes a good catch. This is Forsell. Heskey tricks his way past Osman, but not past Hibbert, who's also been very, very solid today.
He has, because Pennant went to have a go at him. changed wings and wasn't flustered by it at all. Stuck to his task well.
Ball was belted away unceremoniously by Arteta to eat up some vital seconds for Everton. Steve Bruce is 4 minutes away from yet another defeat. It would be their fourth in a row without scoring, Birmingham City. It's beginning to turn into a crisis. But here's Neil Kilkenny. Mikel Forsell just lingered on it a bit too long. He'll get a second chance though. Kilkenny tries to flick it over the top. It was rather elaborate. Leon Osman misjudged it initially, but ultimately was able to hook it away. Here's Johnson for Birmingham. Pennant is on the right-hand side. This is Jarosik. Kilkenny up towards Pandiani. Kilkenny again going for the return ball. It's knocked forward and headed away by Tim Cahill, and then by Philip Neville back to his goalkeeper. That was tidy defending by Phil Neville.
That was terrific defending. He took the sting out the Birmingham tail there, without a doubt. Others would have panicked, but Phil Neville's been there. He's seen everything, played at the highest level, won all that's there to be won.
Now Davis scored the goal that keeps Everton ahead at the moment. That effort was blocked. Kilban is on the far side. Oh, he's got past his man too. It's Kevin Kilban. He's won himself a corner kick. Jermaine Pennant just tipping it away.
Terrific play that. Just keep it down in that corner. You don't need to put it in the box. You just need a short one. Run the clock down. Don't have to do anything else now as an Everton player.
Mikel Arteta. His name being chanted by the Everton fans as he goes across to take the corner. David Weir's hovering around the penalty spot area, but I suspect it may be a exercise in using up time. Philip Neville. And again. Osman. Now Arteta. Kept the ball for a little spell, Everton, but it eventually ran away from them. Absolute urgency now from Birmingham City. 1.5 minutes now from a fourth successive defeat. From a sixth game at St Andrews without a win. Fourth game without a goal. Possibly put them bottom of the Premiership tonight. Here's Forsell though. But he was the miscreant, and Everton have won a free kick they'll be delighted to have. We're in the final minute at St Andrews. Birmingham fans are beginning to drift away.
They're a very loyal crowd. There's a lot stayed in here, and I just hope they keep behind Steve Bruce, because he's the man for the job. You just need that confidence boost. Piece of luck has eluded them this afternoon.
This is Arteta for Everton. Hibbert ships it forward, knocked away by Upson. Everton will settle for that. We will have 3 minutes of stoppage time at St Andrews. Again, Steve Bruce is out of his dugout, grabbing the ball and getting it back into play. Such is the urgency among his players. Mike Taylor wants to get the free kick taken quickly. A bit of gamesmanship from Duncan Ferguson there, who's clearly nowhere near 10 yards back. It's last chance saloon time at St Andrews. Yobo, for the umpteenth time this afternoon, gets in the way. Kilkenny, a little bit ambitious perhaps from the teenager.
Yeah, it's a long way out. Everybody wants to be a hero. It flies in the top corner. You are the hero. If it does this with a couple of minutes left, you look a bit flat. There's a long way out. To beat the keeper of Martin's experience has to be perfect.
Well, he has beaten him once today and was desperately unlucky to see it hit the inside of the post, roll along the goal line and go wide. Flick on is by Kilban for Everton. Back to Mike Taylor, who will hoof it as far as he can. We're underneath it. Ball towards Forsell. Scissor kick away. Was by Cahill. Offside flag against Ferguson. Bruce has actually come onto the pitch this time and shows that he can still play a decent square ball with that right foot. Taylor almost up to halfway. We're in the second minute of stoppage time. Mike Taylor right into the mixer, but bounces once in the 6-yard box and behind. Martin Taylor, having made the long run upfield for that one, has to come all the way back.
I'm surprised Nigel Martin didn't come for that. I thought he was going to come out. So drifted to safety in the end.
The noise you can hear is Everton fans beginning the celebrations. To be fair, they haven't had an awful lot of celebration days this season.
Been based on very hard work, but that should be a given in football for a professional footballer. You earn the right to play, you work hard. You don't do that to start with, you don't get anything out of it. You can't just think you can go by on pure ability. The work rate has to be there.
Arteta finding Kilban. Down towards Arteta again. Looking to wriggle his way past Taylor. He's found Kilban again. The familiar tactic of trying to keep the ball bound by that corner flag. It'll be a goal kick.
Nothing wrong with that. I used to do it all the time myself.
Understandable, especially given the stakes for Everton. Aaron Brady not far off from another defeat. There's the whistle. What a win for Everton Football Club. Off the bottom of the Premiership, David Moyes, having held Chelsea last Saturday, wins at Birmingham, and Steve Bruce still looking for that first win at home this season. Simon Davis's long-range strike giving those travelling Everton fans a rare night of celebration in what's been a dismal season. But has the tide turned for David Moyes and Everton? As for Steve Bruce, well, 1 point from 6 home games, 4 defeats in a row, 4 games without a goal. It's going to be a long old night for him. The Merseyside fans travel home happy. The Birmingham fans stand and witness yet another failure to win at home. The Battle of the Blues has been won by Everton by 1-0. David, how big a win was that for Everton Football Club?
It was a big win, but unfortunately you don't get any more than 3 points for it. We could have done with more than that, but in terms of the game, it was needed. You know, it gives us a lot of confidence. We played well against Chelsea last week, and we done okay against Middlesbrough midweek, albeit we went out of the cup. So today, at least we can keep it going, and there are signs of revival at Everton, and the players coming back to the form we know they're capable of.
They played some good stuff, your team, and also worked very hard. That's a good combination to have.
Well, we want to try and improve all the time, and we've always been good at our work rate and working very hard, and our play we want to improve on. And I think today there was times when our play was very good, and fortunate enough for us, we got a goal. In recent weeks we've not been getting that elusive one goal, and it makes a difference when you get one instead of conceding one.
I didn't think we were good enough on the day. I didn't think we were bright enough in our play. Certainly there was an edginess about us where we didn't retain the ball well enough. The big bright spark was the addition of a young boy who came on, and it was refreshing to see that he took the ball and wanted to play the game the way it should be played.
And but for the thickness of a post, Neil Kilkenny, who you're talking about, could have got a point for you with that free kick.
Well, that seems to sum us up at the moment. We've got a horrible goal away where we've made a horrible mistake, and the kids hit a wonderful free kick, and unfortunately it's just slid along the goal line, and I think that sums us up at the moment. We need a break. We need obviously something to go for us and give us something to hang on to, a bit like what Everton had today. You know, they've got that break with the first shot at goal and a goalkeeping error, and then they've got something to hang on to after that.
So a point against Chelsea and 3 points here. Is it possible to describe this as a turning point yet, do you think?
Well, I wouldn't want to say that, but I felt the turning point was a week or so ago. I felt that, you know, the players were much better than themselves. And I know we had a bit of a disappointment in midweek getting out of the cup, but you know, the players are looking much better, and they've got great talent. We've got some terrific players with tremendous talent, and that talent doesn't go away. That talent will come back, and hopefully this is the start of it.
So Everton, the winners at St Andrews by 1-0.